I'll begin with an example about how you can use a delegate to modify how a function behaves. So here we have a calculate annual tax function. This method, when called, goes out and gets the income for an individual. This is a function we'll look at in just a moment, but it passes 52 because it wants the income for an entire year, so 52 weeks. Then it multiplies that income times 0.33, and that's what it returns as the tax that needs to be paid. Now let's go back to this get individual income method. So in order to know what the tax is, it has to know what the income is. So this get individual income accepts a number of weeks, and again 52 for 52 weeks of the year. It then multiplies that times 700, which presumably is the gross income for that person. Then it returns that income, and then it's used in the calculate annual tax method. So this all works as you might expect, but what if you wanted to have the same calculate annual tax method to work for both individual people and for companies? So we have a get company income method here, and it also accepts week. It also returns the amount of income that would be generated over those same number of weeks. But the calculate annual tax method calls get individual income, not get company income. Is there any way we could use that same method to call the get company income? Well, we can receive as an argument into the calculate annual tax method a delegate, which indicates that whatever method comes in is the method that we should use to determine what the income is. So the first line becomes a call to that method passing 52 as we did before. So then when we call calculate annual tax at the top, we want to pass in the name of a method. In this case, we pass in get individual income. That's the same one that was originally there. So when called, it makes that call to get individual income, receives the 52, multiplies by the 700, and returns the income, and we calculate the tax. So that all works as it did before. But since we're passing in the method used to get the income, we can also change that. So we say get company income. So if we pass that into the calculate annual tax method, then it calls the get company income when it's ready to retrieve how much income was received in the last year. We get the information from there, we multiply the times the 0.33, and we're good to go. Let's just review for a second. We use this calculate annual tax method, and we've made it more flexible now. Instead of always just calling the same method to get the income, it can now call whatever method we send into it. We can send in the get individual income. We can send in get company income. If there are other income types, or say nonprofit income is calculated a different way, then we could create a method that calculates that and pass that method into our calculate annual tax method. It calls it, it gets the information, it calculates the tax, and then that returns it to us.